That said, I don't know the logistics behind War Games and the two ring setup and the arenas and all those types of things. If it's a situation where the Houston building was one that could support it, and maybe the ones that they're going to be running in January and March cannot. I don't know. And they decided that somehow it was greenlit to do a War Games match, and they were like, all right, well, we have to do it in Houston, so this is what we're going to do. Okay. I don't know.
That's a really good idea.
I don't know. I'm just speculating. So yeah, I mean, it would have been cool if it was a little bit longer and had a little bit more heat behind it. But that said, it should still be a lot of fun to watch. So
yeah, I think so too. Do you think this is something they should have used on Raw or SmackDown?
I'm sure that there's plenty of opportunities for them to have used it in the last 15 years.
I think it'd be awesome for Survivor Series, for the Raw versus SmackDown match. I think that would be great.
I know, well, I don't know, right? But I remember reading back in the 2000s when Evolution was a thing, and Triple H was really pushing to have a War Games match with Evolution and against whatever group of guys it was that they could feud against at that time, and it was never approved to do. So it seems like he's always wanted to do it, and now that he gets to kind of run his own promotion, that he was able to finally get it to a point where they could do it, and I guess they're just putting their own twist on it in the sense that now there's 3 teams instead of 2, and 3 teams of 3, I guess, and then we'll see how they all it all plays out with the timing and stuff like that. But I think it's supposed to be very similar in the sense that 2 guys or 2 or 3 guys will start, and then every 5 minutes somebody from another team will come in until they're all in there, and then the match beyond.
I think I read there was pinfall in this one though.
Yeah, pinfall or submission. I think the other ones were straight submission.
Yeah, it was straight. You had to give up.
Someone had to give up.
Yeah, that was. I didn't even think about. I guess maybe the structure couldn't hold it. That's probably something that goes into it. It was just so weird to me how. Regal came out and was like, War Game, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I hope it's not something that they go to too often, kind of like an Elimination Chamber or something like that. I feel like this should be special, and I think, you're not going to find a better, the cast of characters in that match is fantastic, and I think, you need guys that are going to be able to hold up in that type of match and bring some mystique to it, so it is the right move, but like you said, it would be cool for a little bit longer build. But that whole card, the whole NXT card of War Games, is really shaping up to be something interesting. I'm really looking forward to see Peyton Royce and Stevie Ray.
Peyton Royce.
Yeah, she's in the match, right?
Yep.
Kairi Sane's in the match.
Yep.
Who else is in that?
Ember Moon,
and
Nikki Cross, I believe.
It's a 4-way or a 5-way?
I think, as far as I know, it was a 4-way. It was the last I saw.
Okay. Right. And then Kairi Sane just beat one of them.
Billy Kay.
They're the same person. They're both equal in the ring to me. But I don't... Yeah, Kairi... What do you think? I don't want to go into predictions, but that match is really interesting to me, too. And then Cassius Ohno against Lars. Mm-hmm. They made that last night. That's going to be... that's going to be interesting.
Don't forget... Aleister Black.
And Elijah Burke?
Nope.
Kiwi?
Nope.
Lodi?
Nope. Orlando
Jordan. Billy and Chuck?
Nope. Velveteen Dream, my friend.
The Velveteen...
Do not forget the Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, he said he cut a really good promo where he said he's finally going to get what he wants at War Games, which is his name on Aleister Black's lips. So that was really cool.
Why did you have to tell me that?
Because I wanted to give you... You know how the WWE spoiled the AJ Styles thing? So you would tune in? I spoiled that so you would tune into NXT.
You ruined my excitement for War Games now.
That single-handedly ruined the War Games excitement.
And McIntyre versus Andrade Cien Almas, right?
Yeah, I'm not... I liked Cien Almas, but I don't know. That just seemed like it really came out of nowhere. When you said it 2 weeks ago, I was like, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden, that night, I was like, whoa. That's
how we do business.
That is how they do business over there at NXT. Speaking of doing business, I'm always here to do my job. My job is to remind you that you can find us on Twitter at All Night Long WP, Facebook.com/All Night Long WP. And as always, we are brought to you by the Damage 365 Radio Network.
Attention everyone. This is Allie, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio.
It was very nice of Allie to grace us with her presence. So while we're talking about Allie, let's, I guess we could touch on the, dumpster fire is too kind. The doo-doo smoothie that is Impact right now. With
God.
and I saw some stuff. Did you see what Moose was tweeting, like about the haters to Impact and stuff like that? And I understand, like, there's a lot. I feel really bad for the wrestlers of Impact because it's not their fault that it is so. There's a casting call out right now. You get paid $50 if you ever acted. You get paid $50 to act like you are a fan for these tapings in Canada right now. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
$50. If you break that down, it's $12.50 an hour. And you're encouraged to go to the Impact website and make signs. What world am I in? Where am I? Who does that? Jesus. I don't know. It's just... And you got Jeff Jarrett's here. Jeff Jarrett's gone. You have a poop stain that was the main event at Bound for Glory with a BS finish. And you got Grado wrestling in a Monsters Ball match. Who booked that shit? That's Frank Goodman. Think he's listening to the podcast?
Probably not.
Owner of USA Pro Wrestling, Frank Goodman. Man,
Save USA.
Skate. I just feel bad, man. I feel bad for.
I feel bad for some of them too, but you know what? I just don't know what to do anymore. Like with that company, like I watched TNA.
We tried
for a long time. When they were on the weekly pay-per-views, I didn't get every one because it was like $10 a week. I didn't have that funds when I was in like college, but
I still don't.
I watched some of it then, and then as soon as they made it to Fox Sports and then Spike TV, and like they were on, I started watching every week, and I stuck with them through all these years. And then a couple of years ago, when they had like a big mass exodus of guys, like once AJ Styles left, I think that was kind of like the straw for me. And like I was like, Jarrett was gone, Styles was gone. And it was just not. They lost TV on Spike. They went to Destination America, I think, and now they're on Pop TV.
Hold on, let's not knock Destination America. It's literally, this is a shoot. It's one of my favorite channels.
Yeah, I was just
I thought you
stating fact.
Okay, like I thought, I just want to make sure, but like, you're exactly right. But Destination America is cool because like every show is like about a haunted house, and I'm a big mark for that. Okay. So if you could just leave that alone. If you want to bury Pop TV, I'm all for it. They show 90210 like 7 times a day. And nobody gets Pop TV either.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, where I was going with it was like they'd have all these reboots, over and over and over again with different bookers and now different. Finally, Dixie Carter was taken out, of Power, right? Somebody else bought the company. There's all stuff going on with Billy Corgan. That was like a year ago, right? And then,
holy shit! I forgot about Billy Corgan.
Yeah, it wound up where it was in the new company's hands, and Dixie was gone, and they brought Jeff Jarrett back in as like a executive consultant, whatever it was, and I was still on board. I was still like, I want to keep giving him the chance. I like Jarrett. I feel like it's his vision, all that stuff. And he didn't even last like 6 months there until they basically kicked him out because then now he's in like alcohol rehab.
That's probably why he bought it, because he was hammered at the time.
I don't know, dude, but like I can't keep like just going back to it. I can't. I don't know what. And now it sounds like I know that they're changing it right from. They were doing all their tapings in Orlando, right? They had been in Orlando for a long time. They left to go on the road, and then now they went back to the Impact Zone. Now they're going into Ottawa, right? They're in Canada. They're trying to shift everything up there because I think that the parent company that owns it is more from there.
Are they still with Anthem now, or is Anthem gone?
I think it's still Anthem, as far as I know. But like as a result of that, right? All the referees have been let go. They're just using local referees now. So like Earl Hebner, Brian Stifler, like all those guys.
Stifler.
No longer referee. They don't have any referees anymore. So they were using local referees. I don't know what they even used for like a ring announcer. I didn't watch Bound for Glory. So,
I saw a clip of Bound for Glory. Sorry to cut you off. I saw a clip, and it looked like they were in the Impact Zone.
Yeah, apparently it was made up to be exactly the way that it was in the Impact Zone.
Like,
so But all these guys are, I think they have storylines. These guys, they come, they go. Like, guys are departing Impact Wrestling. Like, I see stuff every day now where guys are leaving. Like, Rockstar Spud left, right? All those referees I just mentioned.
Yeah, like 5 people just left in the last couple of days.
Bram left, I think.
Eddie Kingston's gone, and I just heard James Storm's probably on his way.
James Storm's, I think, contract runs up in January. So, and I just heard the tapings, and like he's booked in a match with somebody where like if he wins, the other guy has to leave, and if he loses, then Storm has to leave. So I'm assuming that's going to be his write-off.
Yeah.
So I can't keep going back to Impact to GFW. They changed the name, they changed the titles, they do all this
TNA, Impact. Yeah, you're exactly right.
It's time to just
you gotta cut your losses. When were you the most? When did you have the most faith in Impact? I'll tell you the exact moment I did.
I don't know if I could pinpoint a moment, but it was probably during the mid 2000s in that era when they had Styles, and they had Styles that they built up, and they had Samoa Joe that they had started to build up, and Chris Daniels and guys like that were in like the main event, and then they brought Angle in 2006, I think. Wow,
that was 11 years ago?
I think that was when it was.
Where am I?
It was
Jesus.
Around that time, I think, was when I was like, all right, they have a good wrestling product in ring. They can do some things with storylines that maybe would be a little bit better, but they had good talent, young talent. And they bring in a guy like Kurt Angle, who was like probably the hugest name that they had as far as an in-ring competitor outside of Sting, I guess. Yeah. At the time, that was probably when I had the most faith in them, and then it just turned into dog poop when you had like Kevin Nash and Booker T and like all these guys started coming in. It was just a mess after that.
Do you remember when we were at the taping at Hammerstein and Taz cut that promo from the balcony? I was like, yeah, I'm like, this is going to be something new. It's going to have like the ECW vibe with like this new talent and. No, it's not. But and it's the same issues they're having over and over. Like, there's a cash flow problem, and then there's a booking problem, and you're going through, like you said, parent companies and owners and bookers, but you're each having the same problem. The talent in Impact right now, it's a phenomenal talent roster. I mean, I would say it's close to their best, let's say their top 10 against the Raw top 10 and the SmackDown top 10. Like, it's, as far as like in-ring product, I think Impact can hold the candle to them. But you just I don't know if you don't know how to use the guys, or you don't have any, or if there's too many people or not enough people. I don't know what the issue is, but you're right. I can't invest time in Impact anymore. I like OVE. I like LAX. I like Morrison. I like a handful of these guys. I like a lot of the X Division guys, but I can't. They're going to be gone in a week. I love LAX. They're going to be in NXT. They're going to be XAL in 6 months. It's like I can't. It's tough, man. I hope nothing but the best for those guys, but you can't get behind that product. You can't pay attention to it weekly. I try every single week, and I fall asleep every single time.
Yeah, it's not easy. So. It's unfortunate, but I just can't. It's not TNA anymore. It's it's just a different thing. And
Fly the owl, bro. It's Anthem. Fly the owl. Yeah. Caw-caw. It's not an owl, right? No,
I think it's an owl. Yeah.
Caw-caw.
That's a rooster.
That's the first one I did. Oh, okay. So it's not. Yeah, it's a rooster. Speaking of roosters, one thing that surprised me. On SmackDown this week, Becky Lynch versus your buddy James Ellsworth.
Jimmy Ellsworth, yeah.
In an intergender match. When was I thought we weren't allowed to put our hands on women.
That's what I thought. But.
Yeah, and is the Attitude Era coming back, bro?
No, I think that
Ellsworth's a woman.
I think he's done with the company, possibly.
Yeah, I think so too. Didn't what's his name? Didn't she kick him in the face or something?
Carmella?
Yeah,
I believe so.
So she walked this. Like, whose idea was it to hire? Like, imagine you're Ellsworth, you get the call, they want to use you, and you're latched up with a guidette, and they put a chain around your neck. Then you lose to Becky Lynch, and then you're done. What a way to go.
1-year contract, I heard.
You'd think at some point he would have hit the gym, maybe, right?
Yeah. You don't want to ruin the gimmick, right?
Yeah, God forbid you shed a couple libs, you know what I'm saying? We're about to head into next week is Survivor Series, correct?
Yes, next weekend.
So next weekend, so that means we should have. Well, I'd love to say we should have some good television this week. You got 3 big go home shows. You got Raw, you got SmackDown, you have NXT. it's gonna be a lot of wrestling next week to sit through. You know, to enjoy, to sit there and enjoy.
Yeah,
it's 3, 6, 7,
That it
8,
is.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 hours of professional wrestling next week if you're gonna sit down and watch everything, and that's just WWE. That's like one New Japan show for me. That's like right up there. I think maybe do we get football picks this week? I mean, it's.
Do you want to do football picks?